folks, ladies and gentle cars, my name is Farkle8000, and welcome back to the 2025 March competition. The most important competition on the schedule, because the champion every year, except for 2020, has won this competition. Who wins this one? There's just 3 rounds remaining. Round 2, round 3, and round 4. We're kicking it off with round 2. So without further ado, let's get started. The first 4 drivers of round number 2, from right to left, are Cage, 5, Chevelle, and Orange Liner. And it looks like Orange Liner maybe has a slight lead through the transition. Cage way in the air, bounces off the side of the track. It looks like 5 might have the lead, but Orange Liner will grab it before the line. Cage will come through the finish line just barely after getting up on the side of the track early. And Orange Liner will be able to hold off the pack to get the win and move on to round 3. Bones, Jordan, Impreza, and Ford race next. It's a very even start, bouncing through the transition. Looks like Bones a little on the side of the track. Impreza has the lead. Bones bounces big, and Ford will pass Impreza before the line. A big bounce for Bones through the transition and coming to the finish line. Still was relatively close to the pack, shows he's got the speed, but not enough speed as Ford steals the win to advance to round 3. Pattern, 37, Nighttime, and Bolt race next. Lane number 2 is 37. He is the first of 5 New Yorkers to have advanced to round 2. And Bolt with an unbelievably fast start. 37 bounces on his side, maybe bounced off the roof of Pattern. Bolt will pull away to the win. Pattern in second. Nighttime in third. And 37 will sit halfway down the track, wondering what could have been. A disappointing end for 37, but a great competition nonetheless, as Bolt grabs an easy victory. Cruz, Fishy, Gibbs, and Interstate race next. Looks like Fishy might have a slight lead. Gibbs out of shape. Cruz way in the air. Interstate trying to pull away. The pack won't let him, but he'll be able to hold on nonetheless. Interstate able to hold off the pack, was way ahead, but then wobbled. Looked like he bounced off the side of the track. Everything's good though as he grabs the win. Kyle, Catapult, Taxi, and Speeder race next. Lane number 3 is Taxi. He is the second of 5 New Yorkers to have advanced to round 2. And it looks like Catapult maybe in the lead. A big bounce, a little on the side of the track. Now he's falling back as it's close at the top. And it's Kyle who'll get the win ahead of Speeder. Man, I felt like Speeder had the lead there. But then Kyle came out of the middle of nowhere to grab the victory. Catapult, a disappointing end here. Had great speed in the last competition, but did make a mistake, so I was a little worried there. Made another bit of a mistake here. Hit the side of the track this time, so that slowed him down. Taxi in third, still a great run, but it's Kyle advancing to round 3. Tootsies, 28, Missile, and Pennzoil race next. A quick note before this race begins, Missile in lane number 3 raced against competitors who weren't exactly at his speed. The competitors he's racing here are much closer to him, so we'll see if Missile has the speed in this race like he did in the last round. And it's very tight at the front. Big bounce for 28 through the transition as Missile's trying to pull away, and he will grab the victory. 28 coming in last after having a chance at the lead. I think without that mistake, 28 battles Missile to the finish line. But Missile still showing that his round 1 speed and round 1 win maybe wasn't a fluke. Benz, M&M's, Smithfield, and Base race next. Benz in lane number 1 is the third New Yorker of 5 to have advanced to round 2. And it looks like Base and Ben's a little in the lead. Ben's up on 2 wheels, now on the side of the track, but he's still in second, though Base will grab the win. Ben's on the side of the track on 2 wheels, but was able to save it and come home in second. That was impressive. Another impressive save. Oh my goodness, this competition means everything. So the mistakes are high, but the saves are even higher. A disappointing result for the NASCARs. Felt like they would contend more as Base moves on to round 3. Pace, Splitter, and rookies Beetle and Mountain race next. And it's the rookies kind of falling behind early. Splitter up on 2 wheels, maybe on the side of the track, as Pace pulls to the lead. Those Splitter challenges, Pace will be able to hold on. A mistake from Splitter prevents him from having the speed to pass Pace before the finish line. Without that issue, I think he could have won, but he had the issue. The rookie is a little disappointing in this one, especially Beetle. The speed he's shown the last 2 competitions, I really felt like he'd have it in this one. He doesn't though, comes home in last as Pace grabs the win. Sylvia, Artie, Strip, and Pickup race next. Pickup in lane number 4 is the only veteran in this race. Everyone else are rookies. And in saying that, I'm a little worried for Pickup because his speed is not around the rookie's speed. But he's holding tough though, maybe even in the lead. Artie, a big bounce, rolls over on his roof. Pickup's falling behind as Strip grabs the victory. And Artie's able to finish on his roof. We finally have a competitor to finish on his roof. And almost actually held on to third. Pickup, though, was able to keep that position. Artie, though, almost had one of the greatest third-place finishes of all time. Will come home in 4th, though. It's Strip moving on to round 3. Loves, Moto, DeWalt, and Spider race next. And it's a very even start, wobbling through the transition. It looks like Spider has pulled to the lead, but there's still 4 wide as they cross the line. And Spider will indeed have the victory. A great run there for everyone refusing to lose. It's just whoever had the most speed in that one grabbed the victory, and looks like Spider had the most speed. York, Virtual, Baseline, and Evolution race next. Lane number 1 is York, and he is the 4th of 5 New Yorkers to have advanced to round 2. And he looks to advance to round 3, might be holding the lead. A big bounce though, up on 2 wheels. He's wobbling back and forth and he gets past. Baseline will get the win. Virtual in 2nd. And York, with all that wobbling and the mistake off the transition, will come home in 3rd. And that is disappointing, because I think without that mistake and without the wobbling, he could have gotten 1st. He could have gotten 2nd. Unfortunate, though, for him, but great for Baseline. Moving on to round 3. Proto, Voltage, 222, and Department race next. And it's going to be a very even start. A wobble, 222 up on 2 wheels. Voltage a little wobble, but drives to the front and will grab the victory. Voltage wobbled, made a slight mistake, but refused to let that define his race. So he slammed the gas, stole the win from Proto at the last possible second. 222, a bit of a disappointing finish in 4th. Made a bit of a mistake coming off the transition. Department comes through in 3rd. A decent finish, but we will have no New Yorkers moving on to round 3. Gamera, Exalta, Comscope, and Moneyline race next. Gamera in lane number 1 is the only non-NASCAR in this race, so let's see how she does. So far, pretty good, holding her own, wobbling through the transition. There's still 4 wide. Gamera might even have the lead, but she falls back in the NASCAR's 1, 2, 3, with CommScope getting the win. A very tight finish. That was too close to call just from watching the footage right there. Gamera, unfortunately, falling to last. CommScope comes out the best of everyone, moves on to round 3. Drafter, Symbol, and rookies, Shifter, and the Bug. And it looks like Symbol might have a slight early lead. A big bounce. Everyone way in the air, though Symbol has the lead. Wobbling the Bug challenges, but Symbol will hold off the rookie's advancement. Everyone was way in the air coming through that transition, and everyone landed back on their tires. They were 4 wide crossing the line. Symbol and the Bug furthest ahead. The Bug unable to beat the champion of Symbol. We have already made it to race 15, the second to last race of round 2, and it is a 3-car race with Pursuit, the January competition winner and rookie Comic, and Shooter. Shooter, an unbelievable start, a car length ahead, but he wobbles on the side of the track. Comic was in the air as well. It's a drag race, and Pursuit will get the win. Shooter will grind to a halt before the finish line, but Pursuit's win and Comic's elimination, which means we will go 3 for 3 in the first 3 competitions of 2025. It won't be Comic. It won't be Shooter. Pursuit hasn't won since his rookie year of 2021. Could he do it? Man, this competition just gets more and more interesting by the second. And Comic was second in points as well. His elimination in this one ensures he will not get the points lead, and that gap will grow. The final race of round number 2 also holds 3 drivers plus your current points leader. We have your defending series champion Demon, Chomps, and rookie and points leader Stingray. Stingray wants to grow that gap. She is currently winless on the season, the first winless competitor to lead the points. She wants to change that. She wants to keep the points lead, and she wants to win as a rookie. She's got to go through 2 proven winners and a champion to do that, though. And it's Chomp's way in the lead, wobbling through the transition. Demon currently has the lead, pulls to the front. They're 3 wide, crossing the line. And your defending series champion will grab the win. Demon takes it. Chomp's in second. So that points gap from first to second will grow by a single point. It was 5 points. It will grow to 6. And that's assuming that they stay first and second in points. And that's the end of round number 2. Here are your results. Race by race. Who wins? Who is our final 4? Who wins this competition? We'll have a new winner. And I don't know who, but I'm going to do my best. Race 1, it could be anyone. My current thought, it could be Bolt. Bolt has been quite impressive this competition, but I think it's going to come down to the NASCARs. And I'm going to go Interstate. Round 2. Oh my gosh, that is so tough. It's between Pace and Missile. I'm going to go Missile. On that one, he's been super fast this entire competition, and I know his competition keeps getting harder and harder, but he still had a pretty solid win in this round, so I'm going to go Missile. Race 3 is even tougher, but I'm going to go with the rookie in this one. Major hot take. I'm going to go with Strip in this one. The reason I'm going with Strip in this one is because I trust his speed. I think he's a little faster than everyone else, so I'm going to go him in that one. And then the next one, race 4, it could be anyone. I'm going to go, it's between Pursuit and Demon. I'm going to go Pursuit with this one because Demon is our defending series champion. I doubt he makes it. At least in this competition. He's bound to win once. At least once this season. I don't think it comes in this one. So I'm going to go Pursuit. So from race 1 to race 4, we have Interstate, Missile, Strip, and Pursuit. This is going to be a tough one. But we don't have to wait long, because in just a second, we're going to bring you round number 3. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a second. I'm not going to mess around. We're just going to get straight in to race 1 of round 3 with Orange Liner, Ford, Bolt, and Interstate. Who is the first driver in the Final 4? And Bolt with a fantastic start, nearly a car length ahead. A wobble, Orange Liners on the side of the track gets straightened out, and Bolt gets passed by the NASCARs, and Interstate will grab the victory. Bolt, I was too busy paying attention to Orange Liner to know how Bolt lost the lead, but the NASCARs drive right past him, and Interstate will be the first driver in the Final 4. 1 down, 3 to go. Missile, Kyle, Base, and Pace. And it's a very even start. It looks like Pace might have the lead. A wobble through the transition, and Missile drives to the front, and it's close, but Missile will grab the win. Kyle in last, Pace falls to third, and Missile will join Interstate as the second driver in the Final 4. Rookie Strip against Spider, Baseline, and Voltage. And it's Baseline, a slight lead coming through the transition. He bounces big, lets everyone come up alongside him. Voltage next to him, and Voltage across the line will beat Baseline. Just like the All-Star New Year's Tournament, Voltage will beat Baseline and a nail-biter to the finish line. And Voltage is the third driver in the Final 4. And that just leaves one spot remaining. One race remains in round 3, and one final spot remains in the Final 4. Comscope, Symbol, Pursuit, and Demon all want it, but only one can have it. And it's a pretty even start. No idea who's in the lead. A wobble from lanes 1 and 3, and Demon tries to pull away to the lead. Symbol challenges at the line, but Demon will hold on, and Demon will fight for a win in the March competition in his defending season. Symbol, for the first time all year, does not make a mistake when racing Demon. He just wasn't fast enough. And that is your Final 4. Interstate, Missile, Voltage, and Demon. 1 will win this competition. 3 will go to the garage disappointed. And with the trends, one of these competitors might be the 2025 Die-Cast Competition Series champion. We'll be back in just a second to bring you round 4. At least 2 races remain in the 2025 March competition. 4 drivers remain and want it, but only one can have it. I hope you're ready to meet your competitors, 'cause I'm ready to introduce them. Starting in lane number 1, it's Interstate. He's the first NASCAR in the Final 4 this season and wants his first career win. The closest he's ever come is the 2023 Toyota competition, And that wasn't even a full competition. He wants his first career win and his best career finish to come in a full competition. But he's got 3 other competitors who he has to beat, such as Missile, who starts in lane number 2. His best career finish is 3rd 3 times, so he's looking for win number 1 as well. He's had a great competition, but there's 2 more competitors who he has to fight through, and unfortunately, they are proven winners. Voltage starts in lane number 3. He has 4 career wins, looking for his 5th, but his most recent career win came in his sophomore season of 2022. He wants to get back to victory lane, but like his main competitor in that season, his main competitor in this competition is Demon, who starts in lane number 4. Demon is a 2-time champion and your defending series champion. He is looking for career win number 19 and wants to win the most important competition on the schedule to possibly go back to back. So those are your competitors. Let's get them lined up and let's see who wins this competition. So now, as the competitors have been lined up at the start line, how does one competitor win a die-cast competition series competition? Well, it is easy to show you, a little harder to explain, but we'll do our best. Competitors will line up in their starting lanes, lanes 1 through 4, and race down the track. The finishing order will be noted. They will swap lanes and will run them again. The first competitor to win 2 races in a row will win the competition. If they don't, we'll swap lanes and race again until 4 races in. Then we'll drop the lower competitors and try again. It is unlikely we will get there. We started the season with 2 races going over 4, but so far the competitions have not. So we'll just leave it here for now, and we'll explain what happens after 4 races if we get there. Drivers now lined up at the start line, prepped, and ready to go. A reminder of the lineup from right to left. We have Interstate, Missile, Voltage, and Demon. Who takes the advantage in race 1? It's a pretty even start. Voltage and Demon have the slight lead. Interstate way in the air as Demon pulls ahead of Voltage and drives to the front and takes the first win. The first advantage goes to Demon, and Voltage sits in second. He wants this victory, but unfortunately so does Demon. But it's not going to come easy. Everyone wants to beat him. If Demon wins this next one, he wins this competition. But like I said, it's not going to come easy. Does this competition end here, or does it go 1, 2, 6, 8 more times, and it's Demon and Voltage in the lead again? Interstate wobbles again as Demon pulls to the lead across the line, and he's first for the second time in a row. Demon will win the merch competition and have a chance at going back-to-back in championships. Looking at the finishing results, Missile will take second, Voltage falls to third, which means we're technically not done yet. We'll have a grudge match. Interstate in the last. Demon will win this competition. Does he go back-to-back? Does Demon go back-to-back? He could. The winner of the March competition wins the championship. Oh my gosh. I did not see this coming. at the start of this competition, at the start of the season, I thought Demon was going to win. But this competition? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This season cannot get better. It's going to take something massive to make this season any crazier than it already is. In just a moment, we'll show you the point standings, but we've got a grudge match to run. A grudge match is a one-and-done race between two competitors who've argued over a position. This is for as high as second and as low as third. Whoever wins this one will claim second in this competition. We have Missile in lane 1 and Voltage in lane 4. And it looks like Voltage maybe has the lead. A little hard to tell as they're spread out. They're drag racing down to the finish line. It looks like Voltage will have the win, and he does. So the win will go to Voltage. He will take second in this competition. So results from last to first is Interstate, Missile, Voltage, and Demon. Missile will score his 4th career third place finish, and Voltage, I don't even remember how many second places he has, but in just a moment, let me pull you up the point standings, and they have changed a lot. So here are your point standings, 1st through 15th. And the top two do stay the same. Stingray and Comic stay at 1st and 2nd place, though the gap between them has grown from 5 points to 6 points. A couple notable changes. Pursuit goes from 12th to 3rd. Plymouth goes from 4th to 8th. A little further down, Symbol, I don't remember where he was, but I know he is now 18th. Baseline has raised as well. I don't remember where he was, but he is now 10th. But the biggest mover, or at least one of the biggest movers, is your winner, Demon, from 30th to 4th, which is absolutely crazy. But that's your top 15. I want to take a look at some competitors who are in some trouble. The first one I want to look at is Carrera. Finished 6th in the standings last season. That's basically as high as she got. The lowest she got was probably 25th. She currently sits 60th and has only dropped, but then scrolling way down to a unbelievable 180th place is M3. He started last season in, I believe, 3rd place. He ended the season 12th, and that's about as low as he got. He has had an absolutely abysmal start to the season. So he sits 180th in points. And if he wants to make the top 10, he's got to start moving up now. He's probably going to have to win to make the All-Star New Year's tournament. But I did say we weren't going to hyper-analyze. For now, we'll do that at halfway. We'll see where everyone is. But those are some competitors I want to point out. Congratulations to Demon. And that, folks, ladies and gentlecars, is the end of this competition. Next up, we head to a different track than this one. We head to Race Derby. We'll give you more information on that competition when we get there. But until then, my name is Farkle8000, and we'll see you later.